Wow, thank you for watching my video today. Today I'm going to be solving a simple Jamb question on linear expansivity. It is a 2018 Jamb question. Let's look at the question. The question says that the linear expansivity of brass is 2 times 10 to the power of minus 5 per column. If the volume of a piece of brass is 15 centimeters cubed at 0 degrees Celsius, what is the volume at 100 degrees Celsius? So we have the options given from A to D, and we said earlier that this is a Jamb question 2018. Now the first thing you have to do, since it's a Jamb question, you don't have much time to do so. There will be no need bringing out parameters, but you can bring them out. So since we're trying to solve the question, we're going to bring out the parameters for the sake of learning. Now the first thing here, you look at it, the linear expansivity of brass. So linear expansivity is presented using alpha. When you use this symbol, we use alpha. So it is given as 2 times 10 to the power of minus 5 per column. So we have, if the volume of a piece of brass is 15, so that is V1, that's the volume of the brass itself is 15. The volume of the brass itself is 15 centimeters cube. So they now said that is at 0 degrees Celsius. That means theta 1, that's the first temperature, theta 1 is given as 0 degrees Celsius. So what is the volume at 100 degrees Celsius? So we're looking for V2 at I'm looking for V2. V2 is equal to question mark, and then we have the temperature 2, which is given as 100 degrees Celsius. This is what we have. So the next thing you must consider is, what is the relationship? What is the formula that you are supposed to use? What is the formula for calculating volume expansivity? Because if you discover here, all we have is volume. So the question is based on volume. So what is the formula for calculating volume or cubic expansivity? The volume expansivity here, it is given as, volume expansivity is presented as this, is given as this. We use a gamma sign. It's presented as this, equals to we have change in volume over V1 change in, you can have V1 change in temperature. So this is the same thing as V2 minus V1 over V1 open bracket theta 2 minus theta 1. Sorry, that's the first temperature, the second temperature minus the final temperature minus the initial temperature. So final volume minus initial volume. So, but if you look at here, we don't have volume expansivity given, but there's a relationship between volume expansivity and linear expansivity. The relationship says that volume expansivity is given as 3 times linear expansivity. So that means what we are going to do here is this is going to be equals to 3 multiplies this 2 times 10 to the power minus 5 per column, which is going to be the same thing as, you don't need to waste your time, just say 3 times 2, which is 6 times 10 to the power minus 5. Okay, let me write it here. This is going to be equals to 6 times 10 to the power minus 5 per column. So this is what you will have. So you now have your volume expansivity. So what just is to replace it here. So we're going to be having 6 times 10 to the power minus 5 per column will be equals to the V2. We have V2 given here. We don't have V2. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So V2 minus, what's V1? V1 is 15. So we just have 15 centimeters over 15 centimeters cube over V1 is 15. So 15 times, what is the temperature? Theta 2 is 100. So we have 100 minus 0, that's for theta 1, which is going to give us V2 minus 15 over 15 times 100. So therefore we're going to be having 6 times 10 to the power of minus 15 minus 5. Let's have minus 5. I ignore the unit. Minus 5 equals this. So this will be equals V2 minus 15 over 15 times 100 is 1500, like this, 1500. So what we now have is something like this. So we cross multiply this. We're going to be having 6 times 10 to the power of minus 5 times 15 equals to V2 minus 15. This is what we have. So if you multiply this, if you multiply 6 times 10 to the power of 6 times 10 to the power of minus 5 times 15, I will have 6 times 6 times 10 to the power of minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1500. What you are going to be having here, if you multiply these two, I'm going to have this 2 is going to give us, this 2 will give us 0.09 equals to V2 minus 15. We're going to have V2 minus 15. So permit me to, let me just squeeze it in here. So this is what you have. You're going to be having, I'm going to have 0.09 equals to V2 minus 15. This is what you have. So when you cross multiply this times this, you give us this. Equals 1 times this, will give us just this. So look at it here. So the next thing to do is to collect like terms. So have 0.09 plus 15 equals to V2. We're going to have V2 is going to be plus 15. That will give us 15.09 centimeters cube. So this is our answer. So the option that is correct is option B. So it's 15.09 centimeters cube. So that is the correct option, the correct answer to this question. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, share and subscribe, and for any comment feel free to send a comment to me. Thank you for watching.